Hello, everyone. Greetings from Chicago, and welcome to the Tuesday webinar put on by the Franchise Talk, the voice of franchising in the Middle East. The subject of today's webinar is healthy food franchises, and my name is Martin Hancock, Managing Partner of World Franchise Associates. Iswaria, could we have the intro slide, please? I'm delighted today to be joined by two industry experts. Mark Setterington, co-founder and COO of Island Fin Poke, and Elik Farin, co-founder and COO of Solus. Both these gentlemen have a tremendous track record in the healthy food franchise sector, and they will be discussing their brands and sharing their experiences with you in a few minutes. There'll be a Q&A session at the end of the webinar, so please submit your questions as you think of them, and we'll cover them at the end. Okay, first of all, just a little bit about my company. As I say, we're World Franchise Associates, and we're an international franchise sales, marketing, and development and advisory company. We are a team of global franchise experts with many years of experience in franchise development, franchise market, and franchise marketing. Our franchise marketing program focuses on assisting franchisors from all sectors of the franchise industry with their international expansion by identifying qualified master franchisees in target markets. We also assist companies, entrepreneurs, and investors with the acquisition of development rights for international brands. So let's talk a little bit about the healthy food franchise sector. First of all, this is a growth sector. Today's diners want fast food made with fresh produce and better for you ingredients. Increased health consciousness. If there was ever a time that made us pay attention to our health, it's been the last 2 years of the pandemic. Healthy food plays an important role in our overall health, as we all know, and the food in our body directly affects the way we feel and the way we function. An example of the increased awareness of this trend is the adoption of healthy menu items by big brands. However, the problem with salads on a McDonald's menu or veggie options on a Domino's pizza is that nobody associates those brands with healthy foods. Instead, we should expect healthy food concepts like Island Fin and Solus, who are with us today, to continue growing and expanding in their sector. And then there's millennial values. Millennials embrace the concept of healthy dining. In almost every country, and this includes the Middle East, millennials are the largest consumer demographic, and as such, they're truly tastemakers. Not just due to the sheer size of the group, but because their consumption patterns and buying behaviors dramatically diverge from those of previous generations. Millennials place a very high importance on healthy lifestyles and a balanced diet and general wellness. This is all plays into the healthy food dining sector. And of course, if they do find a brand or a restaurant they like, they're going to share their experience on social media. So if you're interested in this sector, which you probably are as you're on this webinar today, you'll find a large variety of concepts available to you. From juice and smoothie franchises, salads, poke, healthy bowls, vegetarian and vegan, seafood, soups, and many more. Juice and Smoothies was the original healthy alternative franchise. That concept is now over half a century old and still growing. According to a recent report from Research and Markets, this industry is only expected to continue growing, as we said earlier, to the rising health consciousness and the confluence of that fact and the adoption of healthier lifestyles. People are shifting from carbohydrate-laden food towards healthier meals. Here's a selection of healthy food concepts that are available on our website, on the World Franchise Center website. And we'll be happy to evaluate any of these opportunities with you. You'll receive this presentation after the webinar, along with contact information for myself, Alec, and Mark, and you'll be able to schedule a one-on-one meeting or call with us to go into this subject in more detail. Often we find that the operating model for healthy food franchises is simpler than a traditional QSR or a fast casual model. Fried food is rarely healthy food. So typically you'll find the kitchen of a healthy food restaurant does not require fryers or hoods or complex venting systems. This often lowers startup costs, design costs, and also licensing requirements. Meals are suitable for takeout. Salad-based meals and poke bowls make perfect sense for takeout or delivery. And then we have customizable menus. Mixing proteins, carbs, vegetables, fruits in different combinations make for an easy way to deliver multiple menu items from a fixed set of ingredients. And then, of course, many of your fresh ingredients will be sourced locally from vendors approved by the franchisor, allowing you as a franchisee to build business relationships in your local community. So what do we see as trends here? The sector will continue to grow, and it'll be increasingly important to provide a set of options for consumers that are satisfying in taste, as well as being in line with a healthy diet. Convenience, and this applies to all sectors of the food business. Consumers always demand convenience, and today is a more off-premises world. That means takeout, delivery, drive-through, all crucial aspects of success. COVID-19 has heightened the awareness of food safety. Remote work models and crowd avoidance are among the trends reshaping people's dining habits today. And of course, a frictional digital experience. Tech-savvy consumers demand a friendly digital experience from restaurants. They want restaurant technology options that recognize them and know their preferences. So all in all, the outlook for the healthy food dining sector is certainly very positive. So that's a high-level overview from me. I'm now going to hand this over to Alec Farin, COO of Salus, to tell us about the Salus brand.
Good day, everybody. Martin, thank you very much for the introduction, and thank you very much for World Franchise Association and Franchise Talk for the opportunity. Very excited to be here and present Salus Fresh Foods. Whatever, Martin, the introduction that you present right now, it's totally true. This is the most growing segment right now in the QSR, in the food industry. And we are very excited to be part of it. Myself, I have over 15 years of experience in the franchise industry. We established Crepe Delicious over 8 countries in the last 10 years. And Salus, we acquired this brand a couple years ago. Because we find it, like we all find it, a relevant brand, excited brand, right time, right place. So I would love to discuss with everybody here a little bit more about what we're doing and what differentiates us from the others. So in our presentation today, we will focus on who are we and the core menu items, location flexibility, franchise support, partner profile, and why Salus. So Salus create, the mainly reason that Salus create, because we find a disconnect between the healthy food that we prepare at home than what we buying in the QSR outside, in the QSR quick service restaurants. In Salus, we are truly, really fresh and healthy food. We're making the dressing from scratch in the premises. We are cooking our protein on the premises. So everything is really, really, really fresh and really relevant to our clientele, because the healthy food clienteles are smart clienteles, and they want to eat a real healthy food and tasty, obviously, because this is what they expect. So it's very crucial. And like Martin mentioned about McDonald's and the pizza chains, it's not going to work. Not only because they are not under the category of healthy food, it's also because they are not really provide healthy food. So the relevancy and the lifestyle, and to be quite quick and smart, this is part of Salus brand. A little bit about our core menu items. So of course we have the salads, and the salads are, we're changing it every season, and we are adjusted as we go. And obviously we have the build your own salad that the client can pick and choose, and add protein that the client can pick and choose. Those are obviously one of our core products. So again, like I said, the chicken we're cooking on site, the seafood we're cooking on site, but we not require any hood or exhaust. I will get there when we're going to discuss about locations. Part of our menu, obviously, is grain boxes and macro boxes, and protein is always available. From vegan protein, from vegan options as an add-on to a protein like chicken, shrimp, steak. Part of our offering is smoothies, smoothie bowls, oatmeal bowls, and in the right location, if the space allows us, we have also amazing coffee program. We're using Lavazza coffee, and we're using also healthy breakfast that going with this, which create us more traffic in the morning time and more eyeballs on our locations. So we have few locations right now that also offering a coffee program. We're working with Lavazza which is well-recognized Italian brand. So we have the option of dinner, obviously, and lunch with the salads, and we have the smoothie, and we have the smoothie bowls, and we also have the coffee in the morning and the breakfast. Those give you ability to have business all day long. It's a great advantage. One more thing when we're talking about business, and we are all agreed that healthy food, this is the way to go, it's about location flexibility. And this is huge. When you not require wood or exhaust, and when you not require a big footprint, you can basically open everywhere and anywhere. Obviously, you want to open where the concept is fit the most, but if it's under condominium building, if it's in a business district, if it's in a mall, if it's in a urban area, if it's a 2,000 square feet, or if it's 300 square feet, or 200 square meter, and 30 square meter, we can open and run the business. So let's talk about it a little bit. So we have the kiosk options. Kiosk options are from 20 square meter and up. It's ideal in shopping mall, in downtown core, next to a gym, everywhere next to a gym. It's great for us because this is our clientele, right? Shopping plaza, residential mix area. When I say residential mix, I mean residential and commercial mix. We need to understand also that this product deliver very well, and we were going to discuss about it in a second. So one location concept is a kiosk concept from 20 square meter and up. Another option is the inline one, the stores that we all know, and those ones can operate from only 30 square meter and up. So again, downtown core, where is the office buildings, where is the gyms, where is the busy shopping plaza, there you want to be. You want to be where those organic clientele are next to you. And again, like I said, we have the delivery, we have the pickup, we have the sit down. So there are so many things, and the catering is huge. There are so many revenue channels. But one more concept is the inline, 30 square meter and up. And again, as you can see in the photos, we do not require any exhaust. If you can see here in the top, this is here in the end of the picture, you have the oven. This is our oven where we cook all our protein and where we cook our cauliflowers, our potato if we need. So here where we cook everything. This is a specific special oven that's doing all this work for us. We not require any wood or exhaust for this operation, which is huge. And obviously we have the standalone, which is 100 square meter and up. This is usually come also with coffee program. And like I said, a specialty coffee with healthy breakfast options. And it can be sit down, pick up. This location, by the way, it's inside one of the biggest office buildings in Toronto, Canada. So I would like to talk a little bit about franchise support. I think it's crucial, and it's very important to know what us as a franchisor giving you. So first thing is the professional training. I think it's one of the most important key in the success of franchise partner. We are providing a training from A to Z. Minimum 2 weeks training, minimum in your store and also in our corporate location. And we're sending a professional training team to work with you, to train your managers, and to make sure that everybody understands the system. Obviously, we have the operation manual and the training manual that coming together with the actual professional training. So this is extremely important for us. Menu creation, of course, our executive chef, like I said, every season we adjust the menu. We are working with the menu, we're working with our partners to understand, we're working with data to understand what's working, what not, what we need to remove, and what we need to add. Lease negotiation, we have our expertise for lease negotiation and construction negotiation. We did it a million times in the past, and we love to work together with our partners in order to get the best deal possible. Ongoing operation support. Obviously, we're sharing our expertise in this. Design, concept design. So we're providing all the concept design for your upcoming store and working with your designer to design the store. Site selection, which is crucial, and we're working on this together. You guys expert in your city, in your town, in your country, but we know what works for our brand. So we're working together in order to make it happen. And obviously advertising support, which is website, social media campaigns, and much, much, much more. So this is in a nutshell, our franchise support. Why us? So simple operation. 2 people can run for you the show. When everything is prepped, when everything is ready, just to assemble. 2 people can do for you a great amount of money. And it can be students that working for you. You don't need to have a qualified chef or sous chef or manager. And this is what is beauty about this franchise. So it's really a simple operation. Relatively low labor cost and food cost, because what I said, 2 people, 3 people can run for you the show. Obviously, it's put the labor cost down. Our food cost, I will discuss about it in a second in my next slide. Low investment, when you are not require wood, when you not inquire expensive equipment, when you are not inquire a huge a kitchen, you're saving a lot of money on the initial investment, and we see it all the time. Unfortunately, or for some it's fortunately, but really unfortunately, because of COVID, what happened is that there are a lot of opportunities of restaurants that get out of business. And now what we did, and we did around 10 deals in the last year, because we find out that there are amazing locations available, which used to be restaurants before. Because COVID, they shut down. So you're just taking the restaurant, easy convert, and here you are in prime location, ready to go. And this is fantastic opportunity. It's not happen obviously every day. It's actually didn't happen in the last 100 years. So there are some investors that taking advantage of it. We are one of them, and just choosing prime location, see the availability, restaurant before, easy convert, low investment, and here you are in a business in a prime location. By the way, also some of the landlords are very, very motivated to rent those spaces and offering attractive deals. I think, doesn't matter you're going to work with Salos or not, if you want to get into this type of business, the time is now. There is no better time than now. A unique concept, like I said, it's really a unique one because we are really doing everything from scratch. We really create a healthy concept. We are not buying the dressing from no one. We are not buying a protein from no one. Everything is raw. Everything we're cooking on site. Quality is a key in the health industry, a key. Of course, it's part of a huge lifestyle. Martin spoke about this before. We're all aware about it. Revenue channel is huge because delivery is huge for salad and wraps. It's huge. Takeout is huge. Sit down is big. And the catering is unbelievable. So if you're in office buildings, you enjoy from all of those. And this is create revenue streams from all over the direction. Location flexibility we discuss, and potential growth, obviously, because you have relatively low investment, you have the ability to open more and more and more locations. So this is, in a nutshell, why us. A little bit about franchise matrix. I want to share with you some numbers. I think this is interesting. So what is the average product mix with salads? So 30 on average, I'm talking about on average, and I'm talking about North America. So on average, product mix is 31% on salads, grain boxes and macro boxes 26%. Wraps, it's our 18% from our sales. Smoothie and smoothie bowls, 14% of our sales. And vegan snack, we have vegan snack like cookies, which they are tremendous. And beverages, it's around 11%. Demographics, who is our clientele? So our clientele, it's the millennials and the 18 to 35 years old that they are attending to university, college, working in a job nearby, and they are cautious about their health. They are going to the gym, they are taking care about good, healthy lifestyle. They're very careful about what they're putting in their mouth. And we're talking a little bit about the younger generation. Now, it's 18 to 35, and I'm thinking about it. I'm not 35 for the last 10 years, and I'm still eating salad for lunch. And you know, we're moving. If you tell me 5-10 years ago that I will eat salad, I will tell you no way. But today I'm eating salad really almost every lunch. And I'm going to the gym because things change, right? Things change. So it's not only 18 to 35, it's really about people that take care about their health and really care about what they're putting in their mouth, what they eat. I said to talk a little bit about the food cost. So our food cost, it's on average, I will say around 30 to 31%. Salad and wraps, it's 27 to 31. Grain boxes and macro boxes, 26 to 29. And the smoothies and smoothie bowls, it's around 22 to 26% food cost from the total sales. Now, we need to understand that regarding the food itself sourcing, we source everything local. I'm not expecting, we are not importing, we're not shipping anything. We are sourcing everything local. Tomato in Canada and USA, it's exactly the same like tomato in the GCC in the Middle East. We are not need to ship nothing. We just need to source local and working with the local produce availability. So those things that they are, please keep in mind. Our fees, regarding the ongoing fees, I will say, royalty is 6% for the sales, and advertising is 3% for sales. This is the traditional fees that we're charging ongoing. And I think that that's it. This is Sal's presentation, Sal's Fresh Food presentation. This is my email address. This is my direct phone number. If you have any questions on anything, please don't hesitate to contact with me. I appreciate your time and thank you for joining me, and enjoy the rest of the webinar. Thank you.
So I'd now like to introduce Mark Setterington, CEO and President of Island Fin Poke. And Mark will now tell us about the story of Island Fin Poke and its franchise model.
Morning. Thank you for having me, Martin. Let me hold on one second. All right. All things Island Fin Poke Company. So we have everything that we do goes to this sheet. Our selling proposition, our values, our differentiators, and our brand personality. We want everything to transfer through from top to bottom the same way. What are we about? We're about Ohana, people who are treated like family in a place that feels like home. Everything we do is fresh, locally sourced and gluten-free, and service, a dining experience where you're treated like a guest in our home. What is poke? The easiest way to describe it to our guests is like deconstructed sushi in a bowl. So we're set up Chipotle style. You walk down the line, you choose from one of 3 bases, or you can mix and match. We have 25 to 30 toppings. We have 10 house-made and gluten-free sauces. And it's really, you can't get something you don't like. You're building your own bowl, you're choosing your own toppings, your own sauces, etc. We have a fast break even. Obviously, we're wide open on territory availability, and our franchisees validate excellently. This is where we're located in the U.S. We have 21 locations open. We'll open another 20 locations in 2022. We're actually in St. Petersburg, Florida right now, opening number 22. The pictures do not describe the flavor of the food, but the flavor is even better than it looks on picture. All of our food, we have many locations that are near Whole Foods markets. We're in the same areas. This is where we find our guests. Poke is trending up as a whole. I don't think anything has grown in the last few years as much as poke, especially in this healthy food category. If you look at the graph on the right-hand side from everything, the most meteoric rise has been the poke category. And it's because people are identifying this as healthy, quick, and easy. We market out as far as 8 miles because people can travel 15 minutes on a 1-hour lunch break, get their food, eat their food, and travel 15 minutes back and still be able to enjoy their lunch with their friends. Obviously, what we found through COVID is that we're perfectly set up for this environment because people are deciding that fast food is bad. They want, just like Salas discussed, people are looking for fast and healthy food, and that's exactly who we are. Millennial food trends, they want customization. They want what they want. 55% of millennials say that convenience is a top driver when buying food. The millennials are redefining what healthy is. They want sustainable, they want natural. It's not just low fat. Our biodegradable packaging and sustainability and where we source our fish from matter to this group of people. Bowls allow for creative expression and healthy food. You want spicy, we've got it. You want mild, we've got it, etc. And our casual atmosphere with food that's Instagrammable. We call our buildings a 5-star beach shack, and that's exactly what they look like. It's a cool, casual, excuse me, environment where you want to come and hang out. We took a page from a couple of different playbooks: Chipotle for service, or for simplicity, and Chick-fil-A for service. We give a full service experience in a fast food restaurant, but with the simplicity of Chipotle. You don't go to Chipotle for service. You go to Chipotle for a burrito. At Island Fin Poke, we don't want anything to be transactional. We want it to be experiential. These are examples of our reviews. You'll see a trend throughout that talks about not just the food, but the remarkable service as well. food and service, all flowing through. Every review talks about food and service. Why Island Fin Poke? Low cost. We don't have a kitchen. We're not really, I mean, we get taxed as a retail space, not a restaurant space in the US. We're 900 to 1,500 square feet. We don't require hoods. We don't require fire suppression. The model is simple, 2 to 3 part-time team members per shift. No cooking, and it easily scales to multiple units. Profitable. Item 19 shows cost of goods and bowl sold. So you're going to look at your chosen area. You're going to look at how many bowls you think you can sell per day. And that's how we'll build out your pro forma. And it's easy to build a loyal following. Some pictures from a couple of the last few openings. This is the line wrapped around the building when we opened the Carrollwood location. This is the Spring, Texas location. Again, line wrapped around the building. And it's because Poke is as meteoric as the rise has been, we're still a new and trendy option. This is the Lake Nona restaurant. This is the flagship. This is where we train all of our franchisees and do all of our sales from. Again, this is a Saturday shift. We just had, you know, a line out the door once again. And this is a little taste of what Island Fin is all about. So our buildings are 900 to 1,500 square feet. The smaller, the better. Our busiest two locations are 1,175 square feet and 1,200 square feet. Our service line is 15 feet long. And what we tell the team when we train is you have 15 feet to build a relationship. Again, we don't want to be transactional. We want to be experiential. Our menu is super simple. On the left-hand side, we guide you through how to poke. And on the right-hand side walks you through exactly how you go down the line. Base, proteins, mix-ins, our 5 house-made marinating sauces, our toppings, then our dry toppings, finishing sauces, and premium toppings. The combinations are endless. We use Toast POS, which is super robust on the back end and super intuitive and simple for your team members on the front end. This is a snapshot of your initial investment. Anywhere from $195 for a single unit up to $355, depending on the location that we find and what kind of build out we have to do. We have a very structured opening, launch, and marketing program that has proven very successful. We follow the process and we think that it will translate very easily to international. In recap, why Island Fin? Trending healthy. It's a perfect fit for a no food franchisee. COVID resilient, low investment, fast break even, high margin, high net, and our support. You have access to me from the day we meet throughout our life cycle. All of my franchisees have me on speed dial, and we never want to get so big that's not the case. some of the recognition that we've won here in the States in the last year or two: Franchise Dictionary 100 Game Changers 2020, 2021, and soon to be 2022. The 40 under 40 list on QSR magazine, and the fast casual 20 fast casual brands to watch in Fast Casual magazine. I'll turn it back over to Martin, and we can answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you both very much. Great presentations. We've got a number of questions here. The first one is for both Mark and Elek. So maybe Mark, you can answer this one first. Is Island Fin, Pokey, and Salus open for franchising in Pakistan? I think I know the answer to that is yes, but maybe you can both confirm that.
Yeah, we're open everywhere.
Excellent. And I think Elek's muted, but
yeah, like Mark said, we are open everywhere.
Excellent. Question for Mark. We understand Pokey originates from Hawaii and is becoming popular in other markets, obviously in the USA. How do you think Pokey and Island Fin in particular will appeal to potential customers in other regions throughout the Middle East and Asia?
I think it's going to translate well. I think that people are really looking for American concepts. I know not the Middle East and Asia, but the franchisee whose restaurant I'm opening right now went to Italy on vacation for Christmas. And the first thing he did was, when he started touring the city, was taking pictures of Pokey restaurants and sending them to me from Italy. So I think that it will translate very well.
I think that's right. I mean, trends that start in the US do normally translate. Question for Elek. Who is your ideal franchisee? Elek?
Yeah, our ideal franchisee is really somebody that following after the system and have passion to what he's doing. Passion, it's crucial. If you have passion to what you're doing and you're following after the system, there is no way you will not be successful. I think those are the two main things, and obviously hardworking. We see all the franchisees that they're hardworking personnel, they are successful ones. I don't want that anybody will think that he's buying a franchise and then he can go home and the franchise will do the money for him. It's not working like this. You need to work hard for your business, build a successful team, and then, you know, I think then you can open the next one. This is how it's worked usually.
I think that's right. And I think that's good advice for anybody starting a business.
Right.
With Salus, Island Fin, they'll provide you with complete training. They'll provide you with all the tools you need. But in the end, it's your business, and you have your business, and you'll need to work it. And as Elek says, have the passion for it. Also for Elek, what is the investment fee for an area development for Salus? We'll take the area development agreements offline to answer that question, but I think Elek can probably talk to what it costs to set up a single unit in the US. In fact, I think he touched on that in his presentation, but maybe you could recap that, Elek.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, area development, master franchise agreement, we can talk about it personally, but regarding to set up a Salus location, it's always depends on the location itself, but I will say it can be $120,000 all in, up to $250,000, somewhere there. This is the price range.
And the next question is for both of you. Are you interested in opening single units expandable to an area development? I think probably what that means is one unit with options. I believe that both of these brands, if they're going to invest in an international franchise, will require a minimum multi-unit deal, but I'll let you both answer that independently.
For me, it'll be definitely a minimum multi-unit deal. The investment is going to be pretty huge going overseas. So
yeah, I agree with Mark. I think this is the way to go also for the investor. If you open only one location and then somebody see that it's so successful and he coming and doing with you a master deal on the territory that you are already there, it can create some conflict of interest there. I think this is the way to go.
And it's also, I agree with both of you, any North American brand with a footprint is going to look for multiple units. And as a franchisee, that exclusive development contract agreement is a very valuable asset for you. And I think that's what you have to look at. It's developing the brand in your country. Okay. Question for Alec. In terms of positioning Salus in international markets, how do you present the brand in a way that potential customers understand that salad and other Salus items are offered for main meal segments and not as side orders or snacks? That's a very US kind of question, but go ahead, Alec.
Yeah, no, obviously this is our core business, the salads. This is what selling the most. I think that how we look like, even the name, by the way, salads, just to let you know, it was the Roman goodness of health and well-being. This is why we choose this name, because it's all about this. So, you know, with our social media campaign, with our, and hey, you still, the traditional marketing is still available. You need to knock on doors. You need to go to your neighbors. You need to go to your local gym. You need to go to all those places and introduce yourself. We will position you for success, but we need to knock on doors. We need to do the social media campaigns. We need to create the buzz in order that people will come to us. Salus, it's all about fresh vegetables, fresh and unique product. This is all about Salus.
Next question is.
That's funny, Alec, because we do things exactly the same way with the boots on the ground. I mean,
you must. It's never gone, Mark. It's always exist. Social media is nice, but if you don't knock on doors, walk around, introduce your brand, you know, it must be. I think must.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. For Mark, the question is, how long would it take to expect ROI after opening and running? So before I let Mark answer that, success is franchisee driven. You know, there's always superstars in a system, but it's a question of work and making it happen quickly. Time costs money. So I'll give that question to Mark, but you know, go ahead, Mark. Maybe you can give us some typical examples.
Yeah, I mean, every restaurant is cash flow positive almost immediately. But as example, Jim in Worcester, Massachusetts, didn't get any kind of loan. He was all out of pocket, and he fully paid for his investment in 14 months and signed a second franchise agreement. But like Martin just said, that's going to vary by you. You know, when we opened our original restaurant in Winter Springs, we were completely paid off in 12 months. So it's all on you. How much are you going to do what Alec just said and get out and put your boots on the ground and be going door to door and introducing everybody to your brand? If you do that, you'll be successful. Our last opening was our busiest opening. You know, we're doing 1,700 poke bowls a week. So, and that was based on Frank and Ed really hitting the ground hard. So it's going to be entirely up to you.
Yeah, I mean, when you're assessing a franchise brand, Mark or Alec will help you. You'll look at expenses, you'll look at pricing in your country, but in the end, once you've created the model, it's all about making it work, working hard, and attaining that ROI. Question for Alec. All sourcing can be made locally, question mark.
Correct.
Okay, easy. Mark, do you have franchisees already in the region in Saudi, and is Saudi and UAE open? I can kick that off. We are both Saudi and UAE are target markets for us. We think they'd be great markets for us. We're dealing with candidates there, but we have not yet, the markets are still open for the right candidate. Anything to add to that one, Mark?
Well, that's exactly it.
Okay. And this is an interesting question. This is also for Mark. There is always a challenge between healthy food and tasty food. Our healthy food in both cases here is tasty food, but I think the question, and this is an interesting question for both of you, are you seeing the transition in your customers for people that maybe are active, aren't necessarily committed to healthy food from the beginning, but you win them over?
Yeah, it's really kind of amazing. We don't really have a demographic. We have kids that come into our restaurant 4 or 5 years old with their parents and eat poke bowls, raw fish bowls. So, and the flavor part of the conversation, we have 5 marinating sauces, all house made, and they go from, you know, regular shoyu to Island Fin Fire, which is fresh pineapple, fresh habanero, a little cilantro, a little rice vinegar. So it's got some fire to it. So the beauty of being a brand like us is we're not afraid to flavor the food. So people don't just come in because the food's healthy. You know, I get people that come in just because the food is just delicious.
Alec, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so I'm joining to what Mark said. It's healthy food is not coming on account of taste. I think it tastes amazing, and about transition, about people that move, you know, from not healthy food to healthy food. I think I'm the great example for it. This is what I did. I used to eat McDonald's and pizza, and I stopped. And I went, start to go to the gym and start to eat food, salads, and poke and other healthy items. And the transaction is happening every day for a lot of people. It's not a demographic thing.
Yeah, but that does come back to, you both addressed, you know, the millennials in this. Right. And it comes back to the way the millennials are thinking, which in the end is influencing all of us, including post-millennials. Question for Alec. With the pandemic still raging in many parts of the world, are there any problems with initiating training?
No, there is no. Maybe in 2020 it was some problems with training because of traveling. But right now there is no problem at all, and we're doing this every day. We're just now opening a location in downtown Toronto, full train, and we're opening now a location also in Florida, full train, no issues.
I think both Mark and Alec addressed the fact that you will be trained in country as well as in the USA, which is a very important part of it for you. Travel is has opened up with, you know, with caution, with testing and with caution, and we see as a reaction to this current variant, Omicron, people's view of it has changed. I mean, they're not going to shut everything down. We're going to work through it together.
Absolutely. And one more thing, Martin, we need to know, even if today we're doing a deal with anybody, it's taking minimum 6 to 8 months to open a store, minimum. So we're talking about what, summer 2022, something there. And this is the timeline that we're talking about. It's not going to happen tomorrow. And we all hope that things will look totally different in spring, summer this year.
Great. Okay, well, this has been really good, gentlemen. Thank you so much. That's the questions done. Iswaria, maybe you could put up the slide for the, yeah. for the next webinar. There we go. So again, many thanks to Alec and Mark. Thank you to the Franchise Talk and to you, Iswaria. Please mark your calendar for our next Tuesday webinar, which will be on February the 8th at 4 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. And the topic will be QSR brands in the GCC. Again, thank you very much. And please send in your inquiries about Einenfin, Poki, and Salus. Send them in and we'll be happy to schedule one-on-one meetings to discuss these franchises in more detail. Thanks to everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity, guys. Thank you.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, thank you very much.